Hey Changemakers, today in an anatomy of a video we're looking at an impact story. We're looking at one particular impact film from the Conquering Cancer campaign, and the first thing I want to draw your attention to when we're breaking this video down is the custom thumbnail. So this is the video we're breaking down today, and you can see this custom thumbnail there, which is quite eye-catching. It's got a good catchy title, Imagine a World Without Cancer. So that is the first key element of this video. So first things first, look out for your custom thumbnail. Super important to getting engagement, and that's what impact stories are all about. The next thing I want to look at is when this was published. Okay, this was published about 9 months ago, and it's already had over 37,000 views. So that's a good sign that this is making an impact out there in the world. And that's really key, that we can measure and evaluate our impact. In addition to that stat, we'd also be looking at other places where this video is published, for example, on Facebook, to see what the total reach is in the amount of time that it's been out in the marketplace. So good sign there is that we have good engagement and a good amount of views for the time. So that is a positive sign when you're breaking down any video for impact. The next thing I want to look at here is the title of the film, Conquering Cancer, a global strategy for the elimination of cervical cancer. This is a very strategic title because the second half of it relates to a report, a strategy report published by the World Health Organization. We know that that's going to be searched for online, and then when people search for that search term, they're going to be finding this video. This is what's driving some of the traffic to this particular impact story. So that's another good sign. So the next thing I want to draw our attention to here is the duration. Duration is really important, and the best ideal duration is going to be different depending on which platform you're publishing to. So we've got a duration of this film of 3:53. That's in the just right realm for YouTube, which is great. It's not too short and it's not too long, which means that the audience is likely to get a lot out of it in a short period of time, but also watch through to the end. And we can check our YouTube stats to find out if that is happening. And of course, that's really important because that's when the all-important call to action happens at the end. So now I'm gonna play it through and we'll take a closer look.
This is a call to action to eliminate cervical cancer.
So I'm going to stop it here. So our first speaker or messenger is Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, who is the Director General of the WHO. He is a household name. We see him on the TV all the time, mainly because of the pandemic, yes, but we know that this is a person of influence and he is setting the scene. So that's really important, that we have a catchy start to the video and someone who is going to likely to be drawing the attention of the audience.
We're losing a woman every 2 minutes, and this should not happen, especially when we have all the weapons we need to fight it. So this is actually a cause that's winnable.
I went for doctor checkup and found out that I have cancer.
I almost didn't engage with it for a while because it felt like I couldn't be a cancer patient at 26.
Okay, let's stop right there. Now we're seeing the stories of women who are powerfully connecting us to the storyline, which is going to make a deeper impact if we combine the head, which was delivered by Dr. Tedros, with the heart, which is delivered by these women's stories. That's going to be really important, and keep the engagement up with the audience for the duration of this video.
The most recent data, which just came out, showed that the current incidence rate is 570,000 women every year. And we're now hitting 300,000 deaths every year from cervical cancer.
Okay, at this point we see graphics coming on screen, and you will have noticed that these graphics have been coming up throughout the video. So these are key statistics, key messages that we want the audience to walk away with. So our key messages are being reinforced not only through the dialogue in the film and through the personal stories, but also through the on-screen graphics. That's another key element.
Just imagine that a patient who is just 25 years old all of a sudden presents with bleeding, and you know the patient is going to die.
Another key element is the visuals, making sure that the video is more than just a series of talking heads, that we have visuals that mean something, that engage the audience, that help us carry the message, the key message, through to the audience at more of that subconscious level. This combined with music and the expert voices and the personal stories is likely to make the greatest impact.
We have the vaccines, we have the diagnostics, and we have the treatment. When we have all the weapons at hand, failure should not be an option.
Another key element is that we have closed captions, English closed captions here. We can also add foreign language subtitles, which would be accessible through the bottom navigation bar here. And this means that the video is going to be more accessible to people when they're watching it on silent play. And this is going to expand our reach and therefore our impact. Another key point here is that we're ending on a really positive, hopeful note. So this is really giving the audience that sense that we can make an impact. There is something we can do about solving this problem. We're going to finish with our branding. There might be some other acknowledgements that happen through this section. In this case, the World Health Organization. And then the all-important call to action. We have this timeless call to action: join the movement, go to the website. At the website, people will be able to take a number of different actions depending on where we are in the campaign. And that'll be really helpful because it means that we're not stuck with one action. It means that we can change the actions depending on where we are in terms of the social movement that we're building and the social impact that we're trying to make. That's it for today's Anatomy of a Video. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, we'd love to hear any questions you have. Just hit us up on the social media platforms or send us an email at hello@moonshine.agency. If you're enjoying this content, there will be more of it published to the newsletter every month, so you can sign up to the newsletter at www.moonshine.agency. And we'll also be publishing this series of anatomy videos to the Moonshine Agency YouTube channel. So I look forward to seeing you next episode. Thanks again. Have a great day.